Let me just get a little chat back. If you guys can hear me loud and clear. Good to see you all. All right. Welcome, everyone, from Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Good to see you, cyber traders in the cyber group room. Good to see you, Daryl, Darlene, Dennis, Paul, Bali, Jason, Gene, everyone. Welcome back, all the cyber traders. Listen, I know it's been Groundhog's Day every day with the coronavirus, but there is absolutely have been no problem with a Groundhog's Day getting the volatility that we'd have. We had such a really nice crash yesterday. You might not share the enthusiasm, but we had some really nice shorts yesterday. I mean, after seeing what Dr. Fauci had to say about opening up the states and everything like that, you might not want to open up too quickly. All of a sudden, the market, this actually trickled down like 2 days ago when he was in front of the Senate. Was it Tuesday he was on? Well, now we had some news that came out this morning with job reports. We're down about 300 points right now. We were down about 500 yesterday. Down another 500. So we were up, right now we're at 12,800. We were up to like 24,200. So we've been down about 1,500 points lately. So it's been really, really fun. And all I could say is this. I am just so happy that I got out of my airlines and cruise stocks. That's all I could say. I took a little bit of a hit, okay? I thought that when we started getting that rally, I said, you know what? You're always looking for the stocks to get crushed the worst. And you know what? And they started trickling down. I took a little bit of a hit right there. Nothing crazy. I lost, I don't know, several $1,000s. Not a big deal. But if I didn't lose that much, I would have probably lost tens of thousands on those positions. And you know how we know that? Because we are good day traders. That's what it's all about. We knew what was happening over the course of the day. We had our finger on the pulse. We were working on tools like, I don't know if you guys watch my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter page, but one of the big things I did a post this morning on my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram talking about the NASDAQ book viewer. And by the way, guys, just click like, you know what I mean? Because you know what? This is the thing. I know all of us, being a marketer is one thing, but you know what? Not out there just marketing it to talk about how great the platform is, but there's a lot of people getting hurt today. There's a lot of people losing money. Why not share your knowledge to say, you know what? Why can't we all be nurses and doctors? Why can't we help the rest of the world? Because a lot of people are getting hurt in this economy, especially in the stock market, especially our elderly. Like some of these people are depending on their financial, their retirements are now they just and they're crushed. They're like, I'm supposed to live on this. I finally got a great economy the past 2 years, 3 years. Market finally took up. I'm like, oh, wow, I got a lot of money to kind of settle down with. And now what happens? I get crushed. Go out there, like us, share us. Go out there, tell everyone about come and join our room because everybody has to know the right tools to use when it comes to trading, which, by the way, before we start getting into the trading part of it, if you have not done it already, today at 12 o'clock, here at Cyber Trade University, we have open house, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin, as in if you can't trade Bitcoin, that's okay, because there are stocks that trade, due to Bitcoin in the stock market. So Bitcoin, the new coronavirus stock of choice for day traders. So let's go out there, and if you just click on that link, we'll post it up there in the room so you guys can register. And students, you know what? The cyber traders, the ones that are in the room right now, it's great to be there for one reason. You know what? And don't take this in a rude way for some of you. You get to see the questions of people, what they ask, and it makes you appreciate who you're going up against. To be like, because then you're like, this guy's really asking a kindergarten question. Like he does, like you'd be shocked how many people just don't understand where the money goes. I get emails all the time. They just don't know. Like when I deposit the money in the brokerage firm, where's that money go? Like, how does it buy the stock? And how do I own? How do I know that I own? Do I get a certificate? But you know what? That's okay. Because I was one of those ignorant, people too. And we've been there, we've done that. But cyber traders, definitely go out there and tell everyone and be there. And it's just great because, listen, there are 99% of the people in this world that are just self-taught. And we got to stop that. You got to stop that. You got to get in this room and go out there. Okay, let's talk about, enough said with that, because there were a couple of really nice stocks yesterday I do want to talk about. I'm just very, very thankful I got out of these cruise stocks and, airline stocks. Okay. Listen, when Warren Buffett sold his Delta, I was that ignorant to say, does he really know what he's talking about? Like, and I sold it a day later. And if I did get out, hold on, let me just bring up Delta because I'm sitting there tight talking about it. Let me bring it up. He sold it right here. Let me bring up this chart right here. He sold it right here. This rally right here at 27. And I'm like, does he really want to sell it? I mean, like, and he owned it over here at 44. Okay. He sold it here, took a big hit. And then I'm like, does he really know what he's talking about? I end up selling it at 25. Look where it is right now, 19. How many times could you say that was a great loss? That was a thank God I got out of that stock. Okay. So anyway, enough with that. Let's talk about stocks that moved yesterday. And we'll talk about a bunch of stocks that moved this morning because today looks like a fun stock to go short. What's going on in the market. So, and if you never shorted before, hell, what's the difference of doing an option trade? It's the same thing. All right. So anyway, the biggest winner yesterday I got to talk about is this one, the CREX. This stock got halted. This thing was all over the place. This stock went from $3 to $6, up almost 100% in one day. In one day, like cyber traders and fellow internet fans, in one day. So that stock moved up pretty nicely. We traded that yesterday, and not only that, but had a really nice move. You could see it from $1 to $4. Really strong stock. That was a big winner yesterday. Another one that was pretty nice that we traded, UNFI. That one also 17 to 23. You know what? Nice little mover right there. YELP, Yelp. That one was a nice short, came right back down. What else did we have that did pretty well too? We had a couple other ones that did pretty well. Hold on. I thought the biggest one that was really good yesterday, and I'm getting out. Let me tell you a funny story. Some of you guys know my brother. He's anybody ever had Skinny Cow ice cream? It's like Ben and Jerry's Skinny Cow ice cream. Anybody ever heard of it? It was a really popular ice cream. So anyway, my brother was a great entrepreneur. He started Skinny Cow, and I don't want to go into details about it. But anyway, he sold for like $1 gazillion to Nestle's. And you could see it's like in every store. So anyway, he's a big trader. He likes to trade. He's an entrepreneur. He likes to trade. He's in, he owns a bunch of other businesses now. And he was harassing me about this one stock. He's like, Fausto, you got to hear about this one stock. Are you buying it? Are you buying it? Are you buying it? VTIQ. Okay. And I'm like, Sam, of course we've been trading for the past 5 days. And he goes, my God, this stock is the next Tesla. You got to hear the technology. I read on it. Stock has been great. It's been movers, this and that. And then sure enough, I said, listen, you be careful. This stock is going up too fast. You don't want a stock to go up that fast. And sure enough, he called me. He's like, he sold it at 34. He's like, oh my God, it's going back up. Maybe I'll buy another 10,000. It's going to go higher. I'm like, Sam, I would definitely stay away from this stock. You know what? You made a lot of money on it. He bought it around like 18. He bought at 24. And he lost about 30% of his profit because all of a sudden that stock went from 34 down to 26. I think he got out around 28. But anyway, that's the difference between a trader and an investor. But good thing he got out of it because the stock can go down. Now, it can still go back up, but it's just when these things go up too fast, you got to be very, very careful of stocks like that. For me, I'm stuck in DraftKings. So DraftKings, let me bring up that one. DKNG. That one, on the other hand, is holding up pretty strong. Okay, so I'm an actual, an investor in this one. I bought this for a long term, but we bought this stock right once it broke around that support that resistance levels of the IPO price. I did have it at 18. I sold it at 19. I ended up buying it back. I think at like 20, 50 or something like that. So I'm doing pretty well on that one. But you know what? There's so many stocks are still not taking hits. Out of all the stocks that are down, this one's actually up, believe it or not, which is crazy. All right. So anyway, a lot of good things that are moving. Anyway, that's the past. Okay. That's the past. Let's talk about this morning. Okay. Because this morning is what it's all about. So a couple of stocks I want to look at, keep an eye on. Obviously, market's down, 275 right now? Okay. So It's kind of holding you a little steady. Really hasn't had that much crazy volatility on it, but there are a couple of stocks that we were trading already in pre-market. I want to start off with the APDN. Here's a stock up 75%. Now, we traded this stock back in November. This stock in one day went from 6 to about 20. So cyber traders, if you're out there in the room, you know you trade the stock. We taught you about your journals. In class, we showed you how to take very good notes, specifically the ones that do this. So go back, review it, go over the notes that we showed you about how to follow those iceberg orders. And once again, a lot of it has to do with the NASDAQ book viewer. And by the way, if you guys want to learn more about the book viewer, let me just bring it up here really quick. On our website, just click on right in the bottom. Says I'm a featured guest on NASDAQ. I talk specifically on NASDAQ Total View. Watch that quick video, and I think you guys will enjoy it, which, by the way, I'm going to be doing an event today on 12 o'clock on it, okay? So just kind of give you a heads up on it. But go back to your tools that we gave you, review it, see how you did, because obviously she's in play this morning. IMUX, another one that came up on my radar. Oops, spelled it wrong. IMUX. Okay, so this one's up 21%. Not a lot of level 3 orders you could see right here on the right, on the matrix. Not really a lot. This is going to be more of a second protocol type of stock, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Remember, we have first protocols and second protocols, all about volume. It's funny. A lot of people always ask, and they're like, how does this stock get 200 million shares trade in pre-market? You know what? Because you don't have the right tools. You don't have total view, You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Some people are like, I don't understand. My broker will only let me do trades at 9:30. I'm like, well, that's why we're here. But anyway, CODX, nice little mover right there. Nice little pop, 15%, 2 million shares. The spread scares me, okay? The tier sizes on these stocks get me a little nervous. A lot of ones, a lot of 200s, whatever. Us day traders, we like to trade 1,000 share lots. Remember, you can't get in or get out if the shares are not there for you to buy and there to sell. So it's very important. That's one of the critical things we teach you in phase 1. And I kind of repeat you to this all the time, cyber traders in the room. When we go over lesson 1, it's not about making money. It's about controlling losses. You got to make sure the stock is tradable. It's part of the game. All right, so the big thing we're going to be talking about today in our meeting today around 12 o'clock Eastern time. By the way, I know we got people all over the world. We're going to talk about some of the cryptocurrencies, and there are stocks. One of them out there is blockchain. Okay, so blockchain. If you go back and you look at my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram post, I did a post there like 3 days ago, and I said, hey, the day trader choice right now is blockchain stocks. Okay, so I think you guys better, I'm not going to spoil it, but definitely want to come back at 12 o'clock and watch a little bit more about it. But blockchain up 7%, 500,000 shares traded, great volume out there, great movement, good looking stock. We're gonna keep a close eye on that. So you definitely don't want to miss that chance to watch us talk a little bit about the cryptocurrency stocks in the stock market. INO, the stock has been doing really well for us. She's starting to back off a little bit, but this stock has got some great volatility. Listen, there's a nice Fausto flag going on right now on the long-term chart. Stock's been having a nice little push right here. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. Very difficult stock to day trade, though. You guys know that. IAM, another one that's moving. Very nice, inexpensive, cheap stock. Look at all those tier sizes out there. Gorgeous. A lot of 1,000 share buyers, 10,000 share buyers, penny spread. 4.5 million shares already traded. What more do you need to ask? I want to keep a close eye on it. We trade this stock. Cyber traders, go back to your rooms, go back to your journals, review when we trade this stock back in March when this went from 2 to 7. Okay. You guys killed it on this trade. And you know what? The ones that thought, I ended up doing a swing trade, they got crushed on this one. But you know what? She's moving pretty nicely. So we're going to keep an eye on this one. So far, this one's pretty much my favorite. Going into the open. Doesn't mean it's going to move. Things change. NBY, another nice little mover stock right there. 11%, 1.1 million shares. The only concern I have, it's kind of flat right here. You can see here in the pre-market, you got a lot of 10,000s, 20,000 shares. Look at this, 120 27,000 shares. What was that? Over $100,000 trade right there. You know, that maybe we'll see how she opens. Now, I know a lot of you guys also bring up some other stocks that have been doing pretty well. We talked about yesterday. We talked about Uber, Lyft. Listen, they're all going down. Okay, they're all going down. We're having some profit taking going on. If you're still trying to find the bottom, guys, listen, this virus ain't going anywhere. Okay, so if you're thinking about doing an investment, a swing trade, there's only certain stocks, you know, you should have had them already. Some of them are still cheap. You know what I mean? They're out there. But like, you know, when we talked about Wayfair, you know, all these stocks, you know, that made these big runs. I mean, these are the home runs. All right. But if you want to know what the next wave of stocks that we're going to be focusing on, we focused on the mortgage stocks, okay, because of coronavirus. We focused on oil stocks. We saw how that worked out. We focused on pharmaceutical stocks. That was actually the first thing we were focusing on. And actually in that video, the NASDAQ video, you could see we talk a lot about it. Then we talked about the airlines, you know, and then the cruise stocks. Next step, blockchain. Okay, next stop, cryptocurrency. That's what's going on. You know, U.S. wants a really strong dollar. So that's the president I heard just on TV wants to have a strong dollar. He wants to bring it back. Well, obviously that's going to be, you know, it could be good for Forex traders and it could be, so you might have some volatility there. Listen, I say this all the time. Like him, hate him, despise him, you know, think he's the next thing since sliced bread or God. Politicians have a very strong, especially what's happening right now, have a very strong influence what's happening in the market. And they're very, very, you know, with the stimulus package, whatever it is, you got to be focused on what they say, because if you haven't learned your lesson 3 months ago or 2 months ago or a week ago, you know what? Then trading is not for you. And you know what? That's okay. But don't let your personal feelings get involved. Follow, listen, watch, learn, and that's what it's all about. Anything I'm missing, cyber traders, that I did not call out? Anything else that stocks? Iman is moving. Yeah, that's a nice one. You know, nice little move. Doesn't look like a penny stock because I'm not seeing tenths of a penny, but that's a good call right there. Iman, very good. ALT. Almost forgot about that one. Yeah, ALT is moving pretty nice too. I didn't call that one out. Thanks. Who gave that one up? Deb Fine. The DBs expected a big dip into the open. Chuck says a 17,000 share iceberg order at $5. See that? That is strategy. See that right there. Let me bring up the NASDAQ. And once again, tools of choice. Let's bring it up. ALT. Okay, so he's here at, where is he at? 5? Where'd you say he was? Yeah, it doesn't look like he's on NASDAQ. It looks like he's not trading on NASDAQ. He must be on like, yeah, he's 5. Yeah, so he's probably not on NASDAQ. He's probably trading one of the other ECNs, and there's many of them. There's EDGX, there's ARCA, there's BATS. So that order must be on a different exchange. So that's why it's so important that if you look here on the right, you got one platform, but then you have another platform that aggregates all these ECN orders out there. The New York Stock Exchange, BATS, you know, NASDAQ. Sometimes somebody puts an order somewhere else, and that's why it's all about tools of choice. You know what? You want to trade blind, you know, and you want to follow the money, then let me know how that works out for you. All right, guys, listen, good luck today. Happy trading. Be safe. Don't forget to register for today's event at 12 o'clock if you haven't done already. And you can see the link on the bottom, and we'll post it up in the rooms and YouTube and Facebook. And cyber traders, once again, if you make your money, just call it a day. You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's not a full-time job. I'm usually done by 10 o'clock. You know, that's why sometimes you hear silence from me. Because if I'm not trading, that means I did okay. And you know what? I lose too. If I have a 3 strikes, you're out, I start breaking 30-second rules. I'm like, you know what? It's just a matter of time when one's going to get worse than the other. So listen, I lose too. You know, I miss a lot of runs. It's perfectly okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes I actually, believe it or not, I'm trying to help you guys more than sometimes I help myself. But listen, it's part of the game. So just keep doing what you're doing. Let's make money together. All right, guys. Listen, good luck. Be happy. Be safe. Today's Thursday. One more day until the weekend. I don't know what the hell that means, because every day's it was funny. I had my neighbor across the street just tell me, what are we doing for Memorial Day? I'm like, we're doing for Memorial. Every day's Memorial Day. What are you talking about? The kids are not off from school. He's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm like, it's crazy times, guys. But be safe. Let's make some money. There's no safer place to be than here in the Cyber Group room and in the morning meeting. So be here bright and early. Good luck. We'll see you back at 12 o'clock. And then we'll have an afternoon meeting too to trade the afternoon close at 2:30. Happy trading, everyone. Be safe.